Welcome back to the channel. My name is Patrick and I'm back here with a live trade for you guys and a bit of an update on what's been going on. So I've been away, as you know. I've been on holiday, got back, I think it was last week sometime, Tuesday last week, and then I got sick, so I wasn't able to post anything. I was trading through while I was away. I had one or two scalps, and I was trading after I got back, but I just wasn't able to post anything. Kids are at home and I was a bit sick for the last maybe two nights it was. So I'm feeling better now. I'm back on trading again, and I've got maybe an hour to myself now because my boys are just taking a nap. So I thought, let me get this live trade out to you while I'm in it currently. So here's the thing: if you've been trading this week or even last week, the markets have been very difficult to trade. Okay, it's been very choppy, and I've been able to catch some trades, and I have taken some losses. And luckily, I've been able to. I'm on break even for the week, but this trade here has put me back into the positive. Okay, so I'm maybe about 2% up this week. Yeah, so I'm going to show you what's been going on this week, why I took this trade, and best practices, really some advice for you guys if you're trading this market. Okay, so if you look at EU, this is what we're on. EU, you can see now, if I just go on H1 and zoom out where we are, price is at a key point. It doesn't know whether it wants to push up further or push down. And if you go to D1, you can see what I'm talking about. It's at a key levels here. So it's on an uptrend on the daily, and it's come down to a low here. So from this point, you would expect it to start trying to push up, but it's also on a downtrend from this point here. So it's on a current downtrend, but it's linked to a major uptrend. So this is a key area, and it's trying to figure out whether it wants to remain bullish and go up or come down, and that's what's been going on. So that's why the markets have been very choppy. However, my setup has been available for the last few days, last few weeks, but they've been coming so fast and going so fast as well. Like entries, you would have seen most of them on M1. It would have been difficult to see them on M5. So I've had a look at it, I've studied it and had a look at it, and that's how I was able to catch this trade. So I'm going to walk you through two setups I missed, and I'll show you what I had to do to justify this trade. Okay, so it was, I don't even know whether it's Monday or Tuesday, but let's have a quick look on the previous day. Yeah, it was Monday. There was one there, and it was this one really that bothered me. Okay, so let's just zoom in back to that day. Let's talk about Monday. I hate Mondays. So Monday I missed this trade. It got me upset, and I did chase the market a little bit, and I ended up getting into situations where I lost one or two trades. I was able to get it all back today, so I'm positive for the week. So we have a trend here, a fake out, a breaker structure, and pushes up. Okay, but I wasn't interested in that. Why? Because we are in a current supply zone. It's been downtrended, so I was looking for a reason to sell. So it put in a trend here, so up, down here, up here. At this point here is where I would expect some kind of signs of reverse. Okay, so at this point here, it pushes up and reverses straight away, breaks that low, it pulls back in, and it goes. I did not jump into it because what I like to see is, I like to see it come down here, flag, then break the low. But as you can see, it just broke it straight away, flagged in, and it left, and it ran for a big move. So I missed that move there. It ran about 75 pips. Okay, so it then came down here and put a reversal. I anticipated it, but I wasn't. I didn't want to trade it because it's outside my session. But I ended up doing some bad things. Okay, so I ended up having a bad day on Monday, which is typical of me. I always lose on Mondays. I might just stop trading Mondays, to be honest, or I need to be a lot more patient. So Tuesday, similar thing happened. I thought I saw a reversal pattern in here. It did put in a reversal pattern, but as you see, it went and stopped me out and pushed up, put one in there, and came here. I did catch this move here. So this move, it came very quick. Okay, again, so normally, so we have a trend here, up, down, respecting these lows, creating higher highs and lower highs, and it got to this point here. So it pulls in here and um, it fails to create another high at this point here. It creates a low, okay, a lower low, lower than this point here. Yeah, so I would expect it to pull back in here and go right. Now typically I look at this point, this low here, as a key area where I would like to see it break, but based on what I've seen and what I was observing through the week, I knew I needed to get in as soon as possible. So I did catch this trade here, and news broke, I think. Actually, I caught it here from this point here. News broke and it just shut down, gave me about 16 pips. Now, why I say the market being very choppy is because typically it should shoot down here, come back up here and push down again. But what it did, it came all the way down here, came all the way up here and would have stopped me out if I was still in there. So people who traded this yesterday would have got stopped out because it came back straight away. Then it went down. So if it's coming back straight away, it should then go up. So I'm guessing a lot of people who do breakout buying would have got stuck in this move here because it faked up and went down. Okay, so that's what happened yesterday. So I reviewed it last night and I said to myself, do you know what? There's a lot of manipulation going on. I need to be disciplined. I need to be strict. I need to find my entries as soon as possible, get in and get out as soon as possible. Okay, so today I did take about 3 trades. So what I noticed was that a lot of trade continuations were holding up, and the reason why is because it was drawing people into the market, inviting people into the market to manipulate the market, then take them out. Okay, so when I saw this setup here, this a trend here, I did actually take it. So it pulled up here. When it pulled back in here, based on this pivot point, I did this. I took it from here and ran it up. Okay, so that was the first trade I took this morning. It then did the same thing from this zone, demand zone here. This point here, it pulled into it. So I scalped it down and then I scalped it back up. Okay, I'll show you all my trade history in a second. I scalped it back up, so I got that move as well. The move I was looking for was this sell here. Okay, so the reason I got into the mindset that I was looking for a sell is because I zoomed out. Okay, so the market being very choppy, the best thing to do is zoom out and try and see what's going on the higher time frame. And if you zoom out, you can see what's going on the higher time frame. We had consolidation here. We're part of a downtrend. It consolidated here. It pushed up, running everyone out who had their stop loss just above this equal highs, tapped into this imbalance and pushed down and broke out of this zone. So once it broke out of this zone, you would expect it to pull back here, then go again. So that would have been Monday, but it pulled back here, went here, then came up again. So that's why I say it's being very choppy. And it did the same thing on Tuesday. So taking that into account, I did see that we are still downtrending, and that's why I was anticipating that we're gonna push down further. Okay, so reason I saw that is if you look here, we've got a high, a lower high, a lower high, a lower high. So I anticipated the market will come up here and produce another lower high. Okay, so when it came up here this morning, or when it was heading up this morning, I decided to take it up. So that's why I caught those 2 scalps taking it up. And when it got here, it put in a reversal pattern, which is my standard setup. I took that, and that's what I'm in now. I've scalped it and I've left the runner. So this figure is based on my runner. Okay, so this is my typical setup. This is what my bread and butter. This is what I look for, and it was available today, and I took it today. So I'm going to show you if you are not familiar with it. So we have a trend. Low here, a lower high, a higher low, sorry, a higher low, creating higher highs in the process. It got to this point here, it pushes up and instantly returns. Okay, I was in from that point there. Okay, I got in straight away. Okay, the reason is because, like I said, I reviewed the market, saw what it's doing, and I've seen that it's not really, it's not moving slow. It's moving quite fast, and it's not really giving me the opportunities that I normally wait for. So as soon as it pulled back in there, I was in from here. Because typically what I would do is let it go up, that's the fake breakout, pull back in, flag, then come and break structure. That is my confirmation that it's going down. Once it breaks structure, pull back into that same zone, this low here, as a pivot point, so as it pulled back here, and now will be entering here. But as I said, I'm entered a little bit earlier because what I did was base my entry on what would be happening on M1. So on M1 you would have seen the same pattern going on here, okay, and that's what I entered based on. So I got into there, and in this trade I would have been risking 6 pips, I believe it was 6 pips, and I did scalp it, can't remember how much for, and it's still running, and there's 23 pips so far. So what's that, 4 to 1 at least? And if we hold it to TP, I expect it now to continue what it's doing on the higher time frame, which is to run these lows here. So my TP should be just there. It should be there to run these lows, but I anticipate it will run these lows eventually. When it will do so, I don't know. But that being said, I should move my TP because I like to have a realistic target first. So that's my TP for my runner, just for it to run those lows there. Okay, let me just adjust that again. Okay, so that's for me to just run those lows. Okay, if I run those lows, I bag an extra $300 to this trade. I got 700 from it, so that would be $1,000 from this scalp here. Okay, it's not much of a scalp. I don't consider it a scalp. It's a bit more of a swing move, but nonetheless, that's the trade today. Now we are in the New York session just opened, and what New York session has been doing a lot this week has been returning all the way back, taking London traders out, then doing the move. So I would not be surprised if it reverses here and goes back, and I may actually close it now. Yes, I'm going to close it now because I don't really need to run lows. I've milked this move enough, so I'm going to take profit now, and that's it. I want to keep it very simple. I know the market's been very choppy. I've taken that into account the previous day. I've seen what it did to a lot of traders yesterday, and I don't want to fall victim to it. So I've taken that now. I bagged that $200, and I'm good. Okay, so that's how simple I'm going to try to keep it. It's been very choppy, people. So if you are swing trading or you're holding moves, manage your risk accordingly, because a lot of the times it may come back, take you out TP, then go sorry, take your stop loss, then go to your TP. And the reason is because really it's just consolidating. It's a key area, and it doesn't know what it wants to do, whether it's going up or down. And I think it's just going to consolidate maybe in this zone for maybe the rest of the month. I would not be surprised, and eventually I would expect it to move up because that's what the daily suggests. It's going up, but we'll see. That's speculation. I trade based on price action. Okay, so I'm going to show you quickly the trade history, and you can see the scalps I took today. I was in the zone. What can I say? So I caught that scalp from based on I caught the scalp based on this zone here, this demand zone here. It pushes up, it pulled back in, and I was entered there to catch that move there. Okay, then it came from this point here. I anticipated it will come back down. I wanted that trade, but I didn't take that trade because it made more sense to sell when it got to the zone that I wanted to sell from, which was up there. So what I did was the continuation of this move. So when it pulled back into this zone here, I took it up again and got out. At this point here, it got into the supply zone, and it got to the key area in the supply zone that I wanted to sell from, which was just above this high here. Reason is because there's an imbalance just here. Imbalance meaning to me remaining orders that had not been met. So price had come all the way here to get this remaining orders, and once it got it, it now can move in the direction it wanted to, which I believe is down. Okay, so got the orders here. my entry was in straight away. That's why I was able to get that entry quite early, because that's what I anticipated. Once it got into that zone, where my trade level, so I scalped it down. As it came up again, I got in again and scalped it for a longer move. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 trades today. I've made a fair bit of change today. Off the top of my head, it's about, I don't know, let's call it, round it up to $4,000. About $4,000 from these 4 trades, roughly about 10 pips per trade. Did take some longer, so average 10 pips per trade. So $4,000 today from scalping based on price action alone. Okay, so no indicators, nothing like that, and that's it. I typically do trend the reversal of a trend, but I've noticed is that the trend continuation from the previous sessions have been holding up, and the reason is because it's drawing people in. It's all these lows, there were stop losses there. Okay, it's reversed now and it's taking them all out. Okay, and that's why I thought, okay, it's not reached its destination, let's take it up towards its destination. I got to the destination, I changed my direction, I was able to make Windows 4 trades today. Okay, people, hope this has been useful for you. If it has, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and stay posted. And I keep bringing these live trades to you and giving you my insights on how to trade the markets as I do. This is Patrick signing out, and until next time, peace.